I'd like to bring one thing forward, see if everybody feels about it. Being that we're in the middle of another outbreak and lockdown, how does everybody feel about going forward with the dinner and so on, the date that we talked about back at our last meeting?
You mean in the spring or the summer?
I believe it was second week of June.
Yeah.
So that'd be.
I have no problem with it.
Everybody want to go forward and hope for the best?
Yeah.
What they're saying right now is this wave should peak shortly and decline quickly. So I don't see a real problem with June the 2nd, or the second week of June, pardon me.
Okay, so everybody's favorite that, but either that, what we can do is go forward, select our nominations and so on. And by then we'll know what's happening with the pandemic, whether we should go forward or not. Like
I think so.
Last time we publicized and made everybody aware that we had to shut down. If we get everything underway and get the nominations selected, and then that we're probably looking at what, March or April anyway. So then we got about a 3-month span to go forward from there. So okay, so
Wintertime's kind of a.
sorry, Al.
I'm sorry.
Eddie,
Go ahead, Ed.
Eddie.
The wintertime's kind of a pain anyway. You know, that would be a good time, I think.
Well, it gives us time over the next month or so to get the nominations in place, get the 5 inductees, and then we can go from there. So
Yeah.
we're looking at a good month, 2 months tops, and then we can go see where we're heading from there. So everybody's okay for that.
Thank you.
Did you have something else to say also, Al?
Well, just a suggestion going forward with the tickets, rather than putting an actual date, if it's June the 13th or whatever, just put the year. That way, if we have to back it off a month, we don't have the same problem that we had before.
Well, Marcia's going to discuss when we get into number 2, ticket sales. Just
Okay, that's fine.
This way, go forward anyway. So if that's okay with you, you just hang on for a minute, Al.
Yep, will do.
So we've got the minutes on the way. All in favor of passing the minutes?
Aye.
Hi.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay.
So we move on to reports and standing committees. Number 1 is a hall booking committee. Jim or Eddie, did you get a chance to check with some of the halls around town about pricing and so on?
No, I haven't. I thought we'd check after the meeting.
Okay.
We couldn't check. You don't know the date, eh?
Well, we tentatively set for the, let's see, it was June. I don't have the minutes right in front of me. I believe it's June the 14th. Is that correct? Do you have the minutes there handy by chance, Joanne?
I thought it was a lot earlier than that, Tim. Thought it was the first week of June.
But it'd be the 7th or the 14th, then, if that's the case.
It's the first Monday of June, which would be June 6th.
June 6th. Okay, so Eddie and Jim, can we leave that with you and get something tentatively set for June the 6th?
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't mind. Jim, you okay?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll move on to this.
Wait a minute. Who do you want us to look at now?
Last time we
Belvedere,
last time we had
and,
John Michaels. Last time we had John Michaels, the Club Capri, the
Yeah.
4 Point Sheraton. The Belvedere's
Oh yeah.
too small, I would imagine.
Belvedere, too small. Yeah. It would be. Yeah. Okay. We'll look after that. Oh, Michi's.
And the
And
Michi's
Michi's.
also. Michi's can hold almost 300 on a dance floor, so
It's a big place. We'll check it out.
sounds good. So we come back to the next meeting with a report to us, if you could, please.
Yep.
Okay, so we move on to ticket sales committee. Al, you and I think Patty were on that last time, but Marcia wanted to do something a different format this year. Marcia, can you explain the format we could be looking at?
Yep. So what it's called is it's called Eventbrite. We use it a lot. What it is, it's an online way of purchasing your tickets. It's good because you can communicate with the people very easily through email or through text. So when we have to change a date, we never have to reprint a ticket because you're not printing tickets. Everything is done this way. So we can message people, ask if there's any dietary things we need to worry about. This way is also good because we can track who they're there for, which has always been a problem when Cindy's trying to figure out the tables. When they go to buy their ticket, they would pick who they're there for. And that would make it a lot easier. So we're not having to guess. I think this person said they were for this person. It is very simple that way. And again, it's easy to do a refund because it literally just, it's computerized. So it just gives them back everything. Change the date is very easy. We can let them know any kind of information we want to let them know. So whatever the COVID protocol is for the hall at the time when we have it in June, if we're still wearing masks, which I'm assuming we will, we could then communicate via email to everyone who purchased a ticket and let them know this is a COVID protocol that we have to follow and this is what we have to do.
So good. Anybody got any questions? Sorry, Al?
Just a question on that. Sounds good. Is there, what's the cost of that, Marcia?
It's 1%
Of your
of your
ticket
ticket
sale?
sales.
Oh, ticket
Okay.
sales. So not too bad at all.
No,
So-
what we normally do is whatever the ticket price is, whatever we selling a plate for, we would just do the math and include that in there. So that way it works out and we don't actually have to pay anything because they take it off the top.
So in other words, if a $20 ticket costs us 20 cents,
I mean, I've never done 300 people and we've usually done free events too. So I can definitely look more into it, but again, it's so easy. And just the fact that you can communicate and cancel and refund is so easy. It's worth it.
well, it saves a lot of aggravation. We had this last time.
Yeah. And then you have your guest list right there. You print it off when they come in. They show you their phone or they show you their printed ticket. You can use your phone. I can use my phone and scan it. So we know exactly who's arrived, who's not arrived, who's missing. We're not like I had to do last time and count how many people were there. We didn't have to do that this time. You literally will just tell us how many people are in the building.
So is a
It's
QR
also
code
double
built in
duty
there?
for COVID as well.
Yeah, it's your contact tracing also.
Mm.
And would a QR code be included, built into
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Sounds good. So do you need the information about the hall and stuff to get it going now, or is it tentative
Well,
date?
yeah, once you guys have as soon as you guys want to go live, and then I'm literally on Eventbrite right now, hi Mix. Then we would literally just get it up and running and easy, and then we just print out a QR code so people can use it to print, like to go and order their tickets, and we can put it on the City of Thorold's website and on social media and things, so that way people can go and book.
Okay, Joanne, we don't need a motion for this. We can do this all as the reports standing committee all at once, correct? Perfect.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. Any other questions for Marcia?
I have a kind of a concern. What about older people that are absolutely not tech savvy or able to
Then
do
you
this?
walk them, you send
That's
them
a
over
lot
to
of
my building.
technology.
Then you send them over to my store with their $25 and I
All
will
right.
stand there with them and.
Well,
fill
that's
it in
not,
and
that was my question, because are we gonna end up taking care of them here, or is it?
Again, we have an iPad in our store, like that's our POS.
Okay,
And I mean, it's really simple. Again, we would just need their phone number. Right? And they all have phone numbers. Everybody has phone numbers and you would just say, Kate, I'll take your money. And you would put them in that way and bring it through that way for them.
okay,
looking
yeah,
at-
as long as there's a way to help those, because we have quite a bit of older people that come in for tickets.
Okay, so you're booking them live when you're there. They're still not paper format, right, Marcia?
Pardon?
Not paper format like we did. You're gonna book them into the system when they pay
Yeah,
them.
yeah. It's a very easy, but again, you'd be surprised how much you guys might think there's some older people, but they also have children who can do it for them. It's like when they
Okay.
come into the arena, right? People fill out their forms for the grandparents before they come into the arena. So if someone wants to buy a ticket, they can reach out to their son and say, hey, Johnny, can you order this ticket for me online? It's for the gala, right? People can figure it out that way too.
They cover
So
your
are they
question.
still gonna get a paper ticket?
You can print one if they want to, but you won't need to.
When
it
you
has to be
say,
their
when you
phone.
say they won't need to, what are you
Nope.
saying? So they'll show up at the dinner with nothing in their hand.
Exactly, paper free.
They-
All
they
I
have
need is your
confirmation on the
name.
phone.
Yeah, I can do it on your phone. You tell me, Tim Whalen. Tim, you're right there. Have a great day. You're at table 6.
Okay. So that's your
So
question?
you're going paperless. You're not gonna have to pay for printed tickets. You're not gonna have to pay for reprinted tickets. And you can communicate with whoever you bought tickets for, whoever you can communicate with those people.
Perfect. Does that cover your question, Jim? Anything further, Jim, or does that cover you?
I guess that covers it.
Eddie, when you lose your ticket this year, we know where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you will never have to worry about losing a ticket because everyone's name will be right there. So it's so easy to
At
sit
my-
there and not have to worry about it.
Perfect.
At my age, I just hope the hell I'm alive for till then, so.
Yeah. And like Joanne said, it's good for contact tracing because then we have a way of reaching out to every single person if something was to happen.
Excellent. Okay, anything further? Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Sounds good. So move on to the program sales committee. I guess a little bit premature, Carmen, until we get things formatted a little bit further.
Yeah, that'll go pretty smooth because it's mostly repeat vendors. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that.
Let's get the flat.
And it's such a small amount that they're all, everybody was enthusiastic and willing. So I don't see a problem at all.
Okay, flat
So,
committee.
hey, wait,
Sorry, Eddie?
I have a question, Timmy.
Yes.
What do we have to eat? We have a spaghetti dinner?
I think we were talking last time, we got to give some options, Kenny. We don't have to specifically go Italian, if they want to have roast beef, whatever, that'd be fine too. Does everybody else feel the same way? Give us some options.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That's what we talked about last time was having it go up, them getting prices up to $35 of what that hall can do up to $35, what our options were.
So maybe get some options about 25, 30, 35, and we can go from there, yeah. I
Well,
don't-
listen, what about we say
Sorry.
beef dinner or Italian?
Yeah, whatever options they got, who knows?
Okay, so what kind of a price are we looking at for a ticket? I mean, that'll pretty much tell it when we go to any of these venues and we say, what do you got?
Depending on everybody else
Cost
feels. I feel we need to have a menu and the price first off, then we can set our ticket. So in other words, somebody comes at $35 for a dinner and it's a fantastic, like 10 course dinner, whatever. Maybe we want to go 40. I don't know. How does everybody else feel about that? Or do you want to set like 25 now and have them come within it?
Hey, listen, we were screaming about $20 last meeting. Now all of a sudden we're getting to move it up to $35.
Oh, no, that's extreme, Eddie, but that's just a hypothetical. They say, unless you want to set like
Well-
25 now and have them work within it.
What we could do is, Jimmy and I can do is we'll just say we'll get an Italian, we'll get a beef, and we'll get a chicken. So,
Okay, it's kind of hard to guesstimate
Is
right
that
now.
right?
It's kind of hard to guesstimate what they're going to charge us. That's the thing. And they're all over the map with the price increase because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at a roast beef dinner, it's going to be a little more money than a pasta dinner, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, but we don't know costing, Jim. So if you guys can find out for us, it'd be great.
Yeah.
So you guys okay with that?
home journey,
Carmen, do you
home
have something
journey
else?
pizza.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gone from 20. I wouldn't go higher than 25. If you want to do it incrementally per year, then maybe next year you can go to 30, but I would try to leave it around 25 if possible.
Yeah, we used to pride ourselves on 20. They say Catholics, I think it's 100 or better now, and it gets a little extreme when you get that high. Like everybody's having rough times out there, so the least we can cover it for all the better. Okay, Jimmy and Eddie, you okay for that?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Perfect. Okay, so the banquet committee, not much we can do there till we get things going. Publicity committee. How do we want to handle that for the time being? So publicity committee, that's Marcia.
Okay, I'd like to do an article of asking for nominations
Perfect.
for all the awards that we do. Just because unless you're part of what's happening and been part of this world, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So I think an article might be nice. You know what I mean? Like asking for nominations for people.
Yeah, we've announced it at city council, but we've had, I think, 2 come in and they're both already in their file. So we've got nobody new in the last probably good year and a half. So, yeah,
Well,
Carmen?
that's the problem. No one listens to council, right?
that's
You
not
have the
nice,
same
Carmen.
followers for council, but it's not the general public that follows what happens at council unless it makes it to the paper.
True enough. So maybe we get a hold, I don't know whether the Standard will give us a plug or not, but we've got Ludwig with the Thorold News and so on. So.
Yep.
Carmen, do you have something to add to Marcia?
You know what I would try to do Is it possible if we do go with Thorold News or whatever, or on the city website, you actually list the award and what it entails? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
Marcia said, people aren't going to sit and listen to a council meeting for that stuff. So maybe have a listing so people can actually read, the Tronzo Awards for this, the White Awards for this, and so on. Just so if someone doesn't want to nominate someone, they know they have a better background knowledge of what's going on.
To start things off, all you need is the nomination for the actual 5 categories for the builders and athletes. So we start with that, then we usually build in the other ones as we go along through the next few months. This is the big one, picking the first 5.
Have we had any new nominees come in?
The only one we've got, you got the list there, right, Jim?
Yep.
That's a total of what we've had so far. So Dan Giacomo and Rosemary Lindstrom were the 2 but then we already had those prior. So as far as
Right.
brand new, no, we haven't.
Tim, Rosemary's is soccer, not baseball, just to let you know.
Oh, right. Yes, yeah, thanks, Karen. She's a builder either way. But, right, thank you. So once we get the final layout of everybody, I'll give everybody a copy of all the nomination forms with the bios on them. So,
Tim, are you able to give us a hard copy?
yeah, sure enough.
Okay, that's great.
I think Eddie probably would prefer hard copy. I'll reach out to everybody, get all the nominations in, and then we'll give you electronically or hard copy, what everybody prefers. So
Thank
Marcia,
you.
can you go forward with at least now, how does everybody feel? Do we want to put a feel out for everything now as far as the James White and Eager offer the TAs, but as far as the trombone award and so on, do you want the feelers out now, or do you want to just hit the first 5? How does everybody feel about that?
I think we should hit all of them. I'm gonna include the white too, because the TA sent out stuff, but we, as a TA, because our TA turns over so quickly, we have this, like, we have new people every year. That there's people who don't even know, like, we don't have enough people to nominate in our little small group, that we need to reach out to the public for help ourselves. So I know
Marcia?
that's why we asked for it.
Al,
Marcia,
Yeah.
go ahead, Al.
the White and Eageroff the nominations can only come from an executive member of the TAA.
It is, but because we don't have anybody, we still nominate, but we take
Right. No, what I'm
nominations,
saying-
and then we bring forth the names. We do a
Right.
short list.
Yeah, that's right. What I'm saying is they don't, they aren't the exclusive domain of the executive. People have to go through an executive member. to get a
100%.
nomination.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
how we're
okay.
doing it, but just because in the past, it's never had to be that way, because you had Gene, who was there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Al, right now, me and Kathy, the longest standing people there,
Right.
right? So that's harder when Kathy does admin, I do hockey, but I don't know the
Right.
people who are, say, 22 right now. I don't know them, right? So
Right.
it's hard. So that's why we're reaching out to the public now too, saying, hey, and because we have kids that in Thorold who never have even played in Thorold, they could have been doing AAA from the start, and we've never
That's
had to
right.
see them.
Right.
Okay,
So that's why we have to do it our way now. It's different now. It's a different world now. So we have to reach out
Yeah.
outside of us.
okay,
But
so as far
we
as our
don't
committee
have,
goes-
we don't have any say in who the TA picks for any of their awards.
No,
No.
no.
just wants to tag on to our reach out to the public, that's all, Jim. But as far as our committee goes, we're looking for the 5 nominees, the mailer and the trombone award. Is that it for now? Does everybody feel to go with that 5? And then Marcia, possibly, do you need a copy of our bylaw to show what they're all about, or do you have a copy?
Yeah, 100%. I'll need some stuff from you guys on what, like we did with the white and all that last year, right? Where we actually broke it down. So
Okay.
it'd be great to say what we're looking for, what the criteria is for your inductees.
I'll send you a copy of the bylaw so you can elaborate a little bit further. Now,
Yep.
I'm sure that we could tag along to the White Family Award at the same time, because that'll be in the forefront of everybody's in the near future also, just to get
Yep.
everybody ready for that one. Now, what timelines do we want to set for these nominations to get them back in? Anybody suggest like maybe the end of January? Is it too premature?
I think
Carmen?
it'd be when you're doing these nominations, before you pick them, like Cindy, she has to do the plaques and everything. So how much time does she need?
I mean,
It
after we
doesn't-
select them.
It doesn't take me long once we decide.
Okay,
I would like to see everybody on the committee kind of reach out to their particular sport and maybe try and get some more in. Like, I know I came on originally to represent the figure skating, kind of keep that in the loop. So my thought is I'm gonna reach out to some of my older skating people that maybe we're forgetting about somebody. Like, we're all getting older. I think we should all just reach out to
are
try
you
and get.
directing that getting older to anyone in particular?
No, hey, I'm in there. So I'm just saying I feel like we need a bigger list than this. Maybe
I
we
think
should
you're
reach out
absolutely
and
right.
get some more of these nominations in everybody specialized, like Carmen, you do soccer, that kind of thing. Yeah. Carmen.
Go ahead, Carmen.
Oh, yeah, I agree with Cindy. The other thing is, Tim, I'm just wondering, Nat Calabrese was on there from a couple years ago. Is he just dropped? I'm just wondering why he dropped off.
Is that Carmen?
Natal Calabrese was on there for soccer, played on a Canadian under-19 team. I'm just wondering why his name's not on that.
Is he the fellow that lives down in the States, Carmen?
Pardon?
Is he the one from California?
No, Nat Calabrese on Pine Street, still lives there. Same house.
I've never ever had a
Pine
formal,
and Metcalf.
I never ever had a formal application, Carmen. So if you can get one, that'd be great.
I think yeah, you know what? I might have, yeah, I can't remember, but I know we discussed it. I was going to say something else. Sorry, go ahead. Whoever's got to talk. I just wanted to bring up Nat because I know that name's missing from previous discussions.
So Carmen, if we could have you reach out to coincide with
Yeah.
Marcia to soccer, Cindy to skating, and Marcia, I guess you'd be in tune with hockey, and we'll have to reach out to baseball to go along with it.
Yeah.
As well.
You know what I was going to say, Tim? Is March too late? I think we should give this some time and thought, and maybe a meeting or two. So I would aim for the just after March break. Is that too late?
Yeah, we're getting pretty tight, Carmen. I don't know how you feel,
April,
Cindy.
May.
For June?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
No,
to-
no, not for doing bios and
that's what I'm
things.
saying.
but
It seems like
How long
seems
does the
like we're in a
class
rush.
it gets
Okay, well,
about,
we can then maybe we'll know a little bit further what's happened with the COVID at the same time. So if we set that's March here. You're talking the end of March, Carmen?
Well, or around the March break, just after that.
March
Middle
break, I think,
March.
is on the 12th. So how
It
about we
just
set?
gives it gives us some time to get some in to discuss and to think about who to select.
So everybody feel the 21st of March? That's the Monday after March break. So if that'll work, and then maybe that'll give me time that week to get a copy of the bios out to everybody, and then we can have a meeting maybe the last week of March. Give you about a week to look over the bios,
bios or nominations?
the nominations with the bios
Nominations.
attached to them. Yeah. Make sure these applications have bios, or else we send them back. So Joanne, have you got that date? Perfect. Marcia, you okay with all that? And I'll get a copy of the policy, the bylaw off to
Oh,
you.
100%. Is that, and then are you and Cindy okay to do a photo if they need it?
Sure, Cindy? Everybody?
I don't do photos, so that's, I'll write it and hand it in, but I don't do photos, so.
Sounds good. Carmen, maybe you can coincide and repeat this every once a month at council. Just a little bit of plug on Coach Go, doesn't hurt to go with it.
Yep. Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Okay. So the bio committee, we'll get that going later. And okay, number 8 is the nomination committee. Everybody's got a copy of the nominations that we've got hanging around presently. And we informally kicked around a few names on there, but maybe we kick around formally now. The first one on the list is Dan Timmons. He's been there since 2016. We didn't have a ceremony last year. How does everybody feel about keeping him on another year, or would you rather he have to reapply?
Who's
I
that?
say we keep
Dan
them,
Timmons.
right?
To tell the truth. Dan Timmons.
Who are you talking?
Dan Timmons. Dan Timmons?
I thought Dan Timmons was dropped. There's
Well,
one time, Cindy, you complained he was doing his coaching in Welland and his hockey in Welland, and he got knocked off.
I think he was still qualify under our bylaw, to tell the truth, even though he
He
lived.
said 10 years ago.
To tell the truth, you're speaking to Eddie, his bios I've got from hangover application. I've got a one pager, so it doesn't say too much. On the fact he played junior B in Thorold for 2 years and then played the NCAA hockey. He returned to Thorold and coached at TA level before coaching.
He never played NCAA.
I'm just going off this resume here, Eddie, so I don't
Yeah.
know. He said
He
this
didn't
thing
make
said
the
he
team.
played NCAA, so I don't know. He returned to Thorold, coached at the TA level before assistant coach with the junior Bs. And he became the head coach of.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that we knocked him off once because he didn't do anything in Thorold. Now all of a sudden he's on.
Well, they say he's been hanging on, so I don't think we formally knocked him. I say it doesn't have to be chosen,
Well,
just there's along the list. Next year,
if you knock him off, is it formal or hey informal? I'll let you know in 10 years down the road if you're still on.
well, I know I've got him in the book last year, so we make a decision now one way or another. So how does everybody feel?
Did
Do you
his
want
name
him
come up last year?
I
Did his
think
name
it
come
comes
up
up here.
last year?
I believe so. Cindy or
Okay, listen, I'm
Yeah,
not complaining.
let's leave
about
him
it,
on. Let's leave him on for this year and we'll talk about him and all that when it comes time for our picks.
yeah, nobody here is a guarantee that
not-
he's chosen.
Yeah, we're not talking about anything like that yet. Let's wait till it's time.
Yeah,
to
that's
pick him.
right.
No,
Yeah,
No, another
leave
game.
him on.
Yeah. The next name on the list, he should be inducted years ago, but he's resistant about coming on. It's Johnny Crow. You want to leave him on and see what happens this year again? Eddie, you're probably.
He's the best can. He's
Oh.
the best candidate if he'll take it.
He should have been on years ago, but he won't take it. So what do you do?
One of the best athletes in Thorold at one time, eh, Jim?
So,
But
yeah,
the
we just
thing
keep on the list we put
The
him
thing
on.
is, he's not interested, eh?
That's the big part of it, yes.
Yeah.
Carmen, do you have something to say? Carmen, you're muted there.
He's not.
You got your mute on,
He's
Carmen.
not in.
Sorry, Eddie?
Go ahead, Ed.
He's
Go ahead,
not
Eddie.
interested. He's not interested because his father was never nominated. He said his father did all kinds of work. He spent money down there, which he did, and we should probably look at both of them.
As if we get some resume about the dad, that's a possibility, Eddie.
Yeah, his father donated the ballpark at Sullivan Avenue to the TAA.
The thing is, Johnny's an athlete and dad.
Hey, we shouldn't be talking about this because it's not coming up for a while.
Well, we have to know whether to leave him on the list or not, because you got to know how many we got to work with. They didn't get the list out rather than scramble at the last minute.
All you're doing now is we're seeing who we're leaving on the list. Is that right?
That's all. Yes. Everybody else qualifies to be on the list from here on in. It's just the first two, Dan Timmons, which you spoke of, and then Johnny, whether, I guess it wouldn't hurt to leave him on and we'll see what happens come selection time.
Okay, let's
So
not talk about it anymore.
Yeah. So everybody down to number 12 is, does qualify to stay on the list because they're within the parameters. So. Okay, so that finishes off. So can I get, has anybody else got any other questions for the reports and standing
Hey,
committee?
wait a minute. What date is the banquet?
Tentatively set for
June the 6th.
June 6th, Eddie.
Okay. I thought somebody said the 7th. Yeah, the 6th. Okay.
The 6th is the Monday night.
Thank you.
Council meeting
Thank
will
you
be on
very
the
much.
7th. Anybody else got anything
Thank you.
to talk about as far as the standing committees?
No.
Nope. Okay, that being said, can I get a mover and a seconder for the reports from standing committees? Cindy moved the report. Seconder Marcia. All in favor?
Aye.
Favor.
Passed. So now we move on to new business. Anybody else? I think that we've covered quite a bit, which is great. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about?
Not I.
Nope. Okay, so as far as the next meeting, do you want to wait till after we get the nominees in and move towards the end of March, or do you feel we should have one before then?
Well, you do what's best.
Well, the only thing we'd have to have a meeting to is approve the hall. It'll be a quick one, but it's important.
Yeah, okay.
Once you, Eddie, Jim, how long do you figure you need to get this report back?
Oh, we'll get that a couple of weeks, eh, Jim?
So do you want to leave it till the first week of February? Give you a good 2-3 weeks?
Lots of time.
So is
February
everybody,
Lots of time, yeah.
everybody okay for the 7th of February till Monday? Same as today?
Yep.
Does that work for everybody? So
Yeah.
what day?
4
What day?
o'clock on the 7th of February.
7th Feb. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. You didn't know other business? Can I ask more for adjournment? Al?
Yes.
Second by Marcia. All in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
yeah.
Great. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll talk to you in a few weeks.
Bye now.
Stay safe, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Joanne, you've got 2 minutes to spare. Thanks, guys.